There we go.
Sure. Yeah.
Ta-da! It's like we never left. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday, guys.
Okay, well, I'm Sheena Blake.
And I'm Casey Valentine.
And this is Comfortably Uncomfortable. So uncomfortable. A show where we go all the way in and tell all the way the truth about things that people aren't always talking about.
Yep.
Okay.
That's right.
That's right. Revelations?
Yeah, let's do it. My revelation. Can we move this guy a little bit?
You want him this way?
Yeah. My revelation is.
Oh, that's okay. There.
Perfect. My revelation is that I can have as much fun as I want in my life.
Whoa.
Yeah. I know who I know where to get fun from. I know all I have to do is pick up the phone and call people and create opportunities and go out and meet people and network, and fun happens. I was like, oh, I'm so bored all the time. Then I just decided
to not be.
Have more fun.
Real talk.
So you can create fun in your life anytime you want. You just have to want it bad enough. It's my revelation.
Or in hockey they used to say, you gotta want it to win it, and we want it, but that doesn't work. My revelation is I need to loosen up as well.
Ooh, what's the as well part for? Like, oh, because the fun. I was like, are you calling me uptight, Dancing? Calling me up? No, I've heard that before. That's why I took it so personally just now. But you're right. You're right. It's important to loosen up.
My revelation is that sometimes I don't say all the way the things in real life, and I want to. And so, like, when I'm holding back, I'm like, why? What's the point? I think, like, if the thing is still coming from a place of love, then why not just say all the way to something? But this is not tried, tested, and true for me yet, but this is just my revelation right now.
Can we sit, like, parallel to each other? We're, like, 10 feet apart. That's better.
I know, it's this one.
It's that one.
Yeah.
I know.
Anyways, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Whoa. Let me unpack that in my head.
Unpack it. Yeah, like, sometimes it's like I'll see something, and then, like, in hindsight, I'll be like, oh, shit, why didn't I say this, and this? Like, I was thinking it, why didn't I say it? And so now I'm like, you know what, F that noise. I'm gonna make sure that I'm like, that I'm just saying it.
I don't know, I feel like that's dangerous. I feel like I've done that sometimes, where you say all the way the truth and you piss people all the way off.
But, like, what, hold on, but is it really that relevant if people are pissed off? Or is it, like, I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, like, that's not I'm not like, hey, like, let me tell you about your clot. Like, I'm more like, hey, like, this is what I'm actually thinking.
Your clot?
Yeah. Don't judge me. I'm still Jamaican.
That's what I was like, I don't know what a clot is.
Tritties.
If you were with me and you didn't understand what a clot was, just raise a hand. Just.
Anyways. But we have, promise to watch you guys. This is Cliff from Nairobi. Hey, Cliff. Thanks. What's up, Cliff? It's hard to know what can hurt someone's feelings. And this is the thing. And this is why it's like, I feel like what the show is teaching me is that, like, if I don't talk the tings,
hey,
you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. If I don't talk the tings and then I hold it in and later on I'm like, blah, 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 then, like, what am I doing? What's the point?
Ooh, okay.
So it's time to just talk the tings.
This is a new Sheena, guys. I don't know if you've seen the change. It's here, and I don't know if I'm ready.
You ready?
I don't know if I'm ready.
I talk the tings to you. I just don't say it to everybody. It depends on the moment. I feel like I'm leveling up, though. Like, I feel like in terms of business, like with some of my employees, I'm like, I say the things where before I would be like, well, I don't want them to feel bad, and I don't want them to, and I'm like, no, this, and this, with love. Because the thing is, it always, like Mona Lisa says, it's always got to come from a place of love.
Yes.
We skip.
How do you know when it's coming from a place of love?
For myself, I'll know inside. Like, if I'm, like, angry, if I'm, like, yesterday, today we're talking about sex, baby, and not you and me.
We're continuing the conversation about open relationships, porn, polyamory. Oh, I already said that, but yeah. Yeah, we're continuing that conversation with Malcolm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So he's going to be back on very shortly.
Yes. So you'll hear him on Periscope.
But I don't know if I can always tell that my what I'm saying is coming from a place of love. It's usually just coming from a place of curiosity, and I think that's okay most of the time.
Yeah, okay, so maybe we're talking about different talking the things. Because I'm, like, there's some things where I'm like, okay, like, for instance, yesterday there was a moment with one of my staff that, like, I needed to bring to this person's attention.
Mm-hmm.
And in the moment that I wanted to call him, I was, like heated, you know? And then instead of, like, I had to make a decision, like, do I really want to come at him heated? Is that going to do what I needed to do? One, and two, if I am who I think I am, then I don't need to come heated at anything, really. I need to calm the fuck down and human up. So then I came different, and I was like, look, this is what I've experienced, this is what I've heard. What are you thinking? And he's like, oh, this, and this. And then I have to just go with my gut. But it did come from a place of love, of, like, if he feels attacked, then he's going to, like, retract. Every person feels like that. Now I'm realizing.
But, I mean, yeah, and that's all, like, your tone and the way you approach things. I mean, I'm saying that facetiously, but I'm working on it, you know? But I seriously do. Sometimes I come at people and I'm like, with the intention of, like, I know that if you look at this, you're going to grow. Or I'm actually super, super curious that what you're going to say.
But the curious part, I think, is still loving.
I mean, I feel like it's separated in this other thing. Like, when I feel love, when I think about coming from a place of love, I don't even know how that feels like when I ask questions. I don't feel that. I feel curiosity.
But I think curiosity is a loving thing. Okay, let's see how it pans out in the show. Let's do that.
I don't know how. I can't vision it in my world like that.
Yeah, I guess. So. Okay, what do you guys think also? I want to know what everybody else thinks, because that's curious to me. And here's the other thing, is that if you don't know this by now, Casey and I wrote a book.
Yes, we did.
It's called Piss Off, Old Paradigms.
And if you don't know this by now, you haven't watched the show.
That's right.
And I'll actually, sorry to cut off your commercial.
No.
But all I want to say is, if you've watched this every single freaking day and you haven't actually bought the book, just tell me just tell me what the holdup is. That's all.
Ooh.
Just tell me what the holdup is. That's it.
Dan said she wants to know why you ain't buy the BAM book.
That's it.
And by BAM, I meant damn, but it came out and didn't work.
Like, I'm not even saying you have to buy it. I'm just telling me why. So if it's a thing that we can fix, we'll fix it.
True,
you know
that.
What I mean? Let's do that.
Also, if you haven't gone to listen to the bookcast, like, let's just say you're like, look, I'm broke as a joke right now. I ain't trying to buy no books right now. I ain't even trying to read. But you're like, these two ladies are really interesting. And we are, by the way. Our book is super interesting. Hey, I downloaded the audio on iTunes.
Thank you.
That's what I'm talking about.
That. Appreciate that. Who the hell is calling me, bro? Yo!
Don't they know?
I'm putting my phone on Do Not Disturb.
Do not disturb. No, you gotta go from the top.
Oh, man. What do you mean I gotta go from the top?
What are you talking about? Go from the top.
What are you talking about? Do you even have an iPhone? Non-iPhone users trying to tell you
Hold on.
That's from the bottom. That wasn't from the... Did you see that? You saw that from the bottom? Saw it from the bottom?
It is on Kindle also.
Anyways. We have guests.
We do. So yes, go and grab Piss Off Old Paradigms. This is a book not just about how to lose weight, and it's not just for women. This is a book about how to change your mindset. And if you guys watch us every day, you know that Casey and I are consistently working on how to become greater humans and how to human up, not man up, not woman up, but how to human up and become better at living.
Yeah, and it works. Like Liel said yesterday, she actually said that the book helped to shift where she was thinking. She did her affirmations and she started realizing that she didn't know what her exceptional life looked like until she sat down with her book. And we asked the question, like, what is your version of exceptional? Mm-hmm. And it really helped spawn her on this new path, which we're super excited for. So get the book.
Get the book. And lastly, like, you know, if it's a superficial thing for you, like someone saw me almost in the nude the other day and they were like, I want to piss off old paradigms. And I was like, well.
Wait, someone saw you naked and then they said they want to piss off old paradigms after that?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it was a woman that saw me.
Yeah, so you just need to go naked more often on live.
I'm actually...
We'll sell more books. I'm down for that. Who is down for Sheena?
You're down for me, dude.
For Sheena,
I'm actually not opposed to it, but I have a feeling that Facebook and IG are going to be like, hey, Periscope, probably not.
Until we test it,
we don't know.
We don't know.
Let's just see what happens. Maybe next week. Anyways, let's bring on our guests.
Yeah.
Malcolm, are you here? Ooh.
And in case those of you who know, when we bring on a guest, it's not always like a fail-proof process.
That's
Sometimes
right.
we have technical difficulties. So we're going to try to bring him on Facebook.
Yeah, I'm not seeing the thing still. Okay, wait. If you're here, wave again at us, okay? Otherwise, I think you're going to have to jump onto.
Let's press this guy.
Oh, yeah, try that.
And see if we see him. What's his name? Malcolm?
A. No, go with A. D. Check out Twitch. Okay, can you tell us about Twitch while we're trying to figure this out?
Yeah, if you can convince us to use Twitch, we're down.
Yeah, there was another one. I saw this post and it was like, oh wow, that it was really cool. There it is.
Okay, we sent the invite to our guest. Dun, 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 dun.
I'm looking for the invite button. We just invited you, brother. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah, there's always these
What?
I'm taking all of our shows. I'm going to download them from the Facebook and I'm going to put them on the YouTube. And I said the on purpose.
I was like,
said it on purpose.
She is millennial. Sure, it is like Periscope, but you can do multiple streams.
Okay, clearly, we should have figured this out using OBS.
What's OBS?
Something broadcasting something, I think.
Oh, that's helpful.
Tell me if I'm right.
Okay, listen. Malcolm, what's happening here?
Let's just
Come to IG.
Go to plan B. IG.
Hold on, we sent you an invite, Malcolm.
Oh, see? I knew
Open
it was
broadcasting
something. Okay,
we'll come to IG then. Hop on over, brother. Hey.
And we wanted to continue this conversation about open love, polyamory, porn, because there was so much more to ask.
There were so many more questions.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so many more things that I have been thinking, does it make me stush to not want to do that? And I've been thinking about that a lot, and I'm like, well, no, I don't think it does make me stush. I don't think I'm stush for that. I just don't think that open relationships are for me. Maybe I'm stuck in this monogamous imagination. I don't think that they're wrong though. They're just not for me.
Yeah.
But how can I know if I haven't tried? But I don't have any interest in trying it.
I don't know. I like to try things.
Hit my up on Facebook later, and I can tell you more.
Okay, Nancy, tell us everything. I've tried it. Like I said, I don't like it, but I think you got to try things. Actually, that's stupid.
No, I feel like
some things that you just don't need to try.
Yeah, I want to say that I'm too old to try it, but not in I'm too old. I know I'm not old, but I'm at a place in my life that I'm there's just no need for extra drama when I feel like I'm already pretty aware of where I'm at with it.
Right.
Had I have done it in my early 20s, it would have been what a fun experience. And I had lots of really fun experiences in my 20s, but.
And this might sound ignorant, but, and when I start a sentence like that.
Yep, let's see where it goes.
Having multiple partners isn't cool for me because there's AI.
Ever?
There's AI. I want to, I could have a robot, a second husband who's a robot who does anything, who is super smart, has unlimited ability to tap into the web.
Understand. Can we start this over again?
Okay, because I was watching. Okay, I'll tell you what happened. I was watching this show with D'Angelo called
Broken Glass or something.
No, it's called Follow This. It's by BuzzFeed on
cool.
Netflix, and they did a deep dive interview.
A
robot. Yes, you see, they did an interview on the innovation behind sex dolls, and now they have AI sex dolls.
What?
Yeah, they do. So the sex doll, you can program the behavioral characteristics you want the sex doll to have. You can change the language, obviously the name, and so there were some obviously really creepy men who are really into this right now. Sorry to all of you who have a plethora of sex dolls and use it as your primary mate.
That was so well said. Sorry, she has been thinking about you.
Yeah, I think it's too early to be cool. It's super creepy right now.
Not creepy, just alternative.
But if it's your primary mate, your sex doll?
Let's get serious here.
I know that
Are we mad at it? I don't know.
I'm not mad at it. I just think it's creepy. It's not time to not be creepy. Why are we getting darker and darker?
What's happening here?
This is weird.
All right.
Weird stuff happening.
I don't know where Malcolm is. I need him to hop over to IG. How is this going to happen? Can we message him from there?
Sure.
I'm trying to link you, but see no invites. Oh. Come to IG, exclamation mark. There we go.
Yeah, no, but I am... So don't get me wrong. Like, as much as I think that it's creepy right now,
I don't know if it's creepy.
I think having a sex doll, like they have sex with these AI robots.
Do they take the doll in public and pretend that this doll is a human?
I don't know.
Because that to me would be a creepier thing. Those things start at $6,000, so they aren't cheap, which makes it less creepy.
That's what I wanted to ask. Some people do, he says. Some people take them out in public.
Okay, am I judging it?
I'm not judging. Oh, I am judging it.
There are documentaries on YouTube about them. Yeah, that's what you watched, right?
Well, it wasn't on YouTube. It was on Netflix.
Oh, sorry.
There's a distinction there.
There is
YouTube
certainly
and Netflix are competing companies, but whatever.
Well, they have very different information on both of them.
They do.
Yeah,
they do.
So you watched it on Netflix?
I watched it on Netflix.
Yeah.
But then I went to YouTube and I looked at more people who have.
Well, because there's different access on YouTube. Because people have access to it in a different way.
Well, the guy that they were interviewing actually has a YouTube channel about his life with his dolls.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So he has sex with them all the time. I mean, there's no concern of STIs or pregnancy.
He exclusively has sex with sex dolls, though. He doesn't have sex with women anymore. This particular person I was watching.
Are these AI dolls move? Do they move?
Their mouth moves, their eye moves, their eyes move. Everything else is just
What is the
silicone.
Body made? Oh, it's silicone.
Yeah, it looks like a big, huge breasted, little tiny waisted, big bummed Kim Kardashian doll that mouth moves and talks words.
And so he can
yeah.
So he. Well.
What do you say?
I mean, look.
There's a guy who married with a real wife who had her uterus removed. Oh, yeah, I think I've seen that one too.
What are you saying?
He has a wife and he has a sex doll and the wife supports it.
She bought him the doll. I don't know, but what's the thing about the uterus being removed? I'm trying to get in. Where are you? Come to Instagram. You're on Facebook right now. Come to Instagram.
Well, maybe she doesn't have she doesn't get pleasure from sex and she didn't want to have sex anymore. So she's like, here's a doll.
Why I still don't understand the uterus part. I'm not ready for such honestly.
No, it's AI, so it's attached to your mobile phone, and your phone your phone is where you control all the
whatever
functions.
you want it to do.
Yeah, so it's just saying it from the voice. It's just like a computer in the head, right? So it's not charged. It doesn't move. So we're not at the point where these dolls are moving yet, because we're not at that point in AI technology in general where we can create robots that move like humans do. So that's the part that's missing. But I was in the documentary was showing you what they use for the.
I'll try to invite you
for the vulva, and they have some pretty cool technology.
The face, actually, the face moves.
Yeah, the face is it moves and the mouth moves.
Okay, well, I guess most of me is oh, this is creepy. But hey, I'd rather them do that if they have some really terrible fetishes that are dangerous for other humans, then maybe this is better.
Oh, he can't get on there either? Oh, there
Got
he
him.
is. All right, our guest is now finally on IG.
Got it.
So if you want to watch him, go to Sheena's ridiculously long IG.
Just type in, hey. Just. Casey's hating over here. It's all good.
Oh my goodness. I've been hearing amazing, mind-blowing things oh my god, and technology catch up with our conversation.
I know, come on.
Y'all are, oh my goodness.
Oh, Danza said if it cuts down on crime or other immoral acts, I'm for it. Me too. If it's gonna cut down on rape? Some rape and pedophilia and some sick-ass, disgusting shit, then do it. Buy the thing and fuck the doll.
Yeah, but what if people are taking out really aggressive fantasies on their doll and they want to I don't know, take it out on real people after? I don't know.
No, but that's the two sides of it. But that's the thing about technology, and it always becomes a catch-22 thing where it could be used for good and bad. Literally a fork or a knife. We use those to eat food, but you can use those as murderous weapons. So it's the thought of a sex doll, some sex workers were well, technically it's taking away money from real flesh and blood sex workers. So some of them are I don't like the idea of these sex dolls, but then some of them are actually it's better that guys, if men have been abusive to women since the beginning of time.
Yep.
So if men are going to be abusive sexually and violent, maybe
take it out on the doll.
A guy is violent to a robot instead of killing real life and blood sex workers.
Yeah.
Because that's happened for thousands of years. Cops can't stop it. Nobody can stop it. So, and every society has sex workers. So, I mean, I'm not saying that it's good that they beat up robots, but it's just maybe a temporary solution.
Well, I don't know. Like, this is the thing too. My thought is the same. Like, well, I'm like, I mean, would I like all of the violence to stop? Absolutely. Is it stopping with my wanting it to stop? No. So this seems like a pretty viable alternative. Okay.
It's like,
I want to hop into our last week's conversation, or some time ago.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's jump back
in. We don't have Vivian today?
Oh no, Vivian, unfortunately she got a shift at work, so she sends her regards, but it's the holiday season.
No, I get it. 100.
My lucky girl, I got love for her, and we've had a beautiful week together, and actually we had a lot of amazing communication this week, and it was.
What does that look like? What?
That reminds me of the sex worker party retreat that you went on, that you promised to tell us about.
Yeah. I'm glad you remembered. I'm so glad you remembered, because I wanted to bring it up last time, but we were so busy. Okay, so I did go on that weekend vacation, and it was the best weekend of the year. It was Malcolm Lovejoy and 13 women.
Woo!
And that's it.
Where were the other men?
There were no other men invited to this.
Look at his face. There were no other men.
Wow, okay.
There were no other men. Like, I played my cards right. I'm the right person. I've gained enough trust with these women. I'm a sex worker. I had the time. I made it my priority. I got the invitation, and I showed the fuck up to the dream. Like, hey. And I was in a 4-level mansion out near Wasaga Beach with 13 women, full food, jacuzzi, like hot tub.
This sounds like a wild time.
It was magnificent. It was magnificent. We were out there eating and chilling and relaxing and playing board games and stuff. Telling stories.
Board games? He just ruined everything for you.
Did you say board games?
Yeah.
Casey loves board games.
Eating and board games. Oh, and 13 women? That's like...
It's like paradise.
That's what it sounds like to me.
And then at the end of the night, some people were just up there to chill. I'm not going to blow up everyone's spot, but then some people at the end of the night were like, you know what? I feel like fucking, and I feel like being satisfied. And a few of us got together and did probably the best sexual experience of my life. Definitely a top 3 experience. And
wow.
Can we know more?
It wasn't all of them. It was 5 of them. I'm not saying any names. So
No names. We don't want names. Just like,
but 6 women in total. No, 5 women and you. 6 people in total.
And for the whole night, I ended up making love or having intimate moments with 6 of them.
Okay,
hold on. Wasn't the intention to do that with all 13?
No, not at all.
Oh, this was just like a night for you guys all to just enjoy, and then you were all like, well, maybe we should. Okay.
Well, exactly. Like, the intention was to go up there and relax, for sure. All of us were going, it's like a cottage getaway for the weekend. We're all sex workers. We all just want to chill. Some of them brought laptops so they can just watch movies, just take it easy.
Yeah.
Some of them, and some people use sex as work. Some people use sex as work and play. So I didn't assume that I was going to have sex with all 13 women. No, I didn't.
Okay, I understand now.
But I was just like, I'm open to whatever. And actually, it was right before I went to sleep. One of my lovers who was there, who had a very busy week, she was like, I'm not going to have sex with you, but I really hope you get laid. She literally said that to me. Her and I make love all the time, so I was like, that's cool. I really thank you. And she's like, yeah, good luck. And I was actually falling asleep on a Saturday night in front of a fireplace. And one of the lovers came up to my ear and just whispered, hey, we'd like you to be join us in the hot tub if you're not asleep yet. And I was like,
this is so exciting. I need to step up my game.
And I gotta say, I got that whisper in my ear around like 1 o'clock in the morning, and I didn't go to bed until 8. That's all I'm gonna really say. I thought I was gonna go to sleep, but then my life turned into a very wet dream. There was kink, there was multiple lovers, there was anal, there was multiple mouths, there was all kinds of amazing stuff. There were women watching while other women were doing stuff to me. There's strap-ons of other people doing stuff. There was domination, submission, all kinds of amazing stuff. So
I have a really important question about this night.
Okay.
Was there music playing? And if so, what music? This is important to me.
I'd also like to know.
Shit, that's dope. There was music playing when we were on one level of the house, but then when we got to the bedroom, there wasn't music playing. It was just the sound
there was no
of
need.
a lot of passionate people.
Yeah.
And I like to say, I'm a music lover, but I genuinely say this. My favorite song in the world is the sound of a woman being satisfied.
Okay.
That's my favorite song in the world.
I like a little music. Do you like music when you...
I guess it depends. It depends on the moment. But there are times when there's like no sound at all.
I know, obviously, but I'm curious as to what sounds that people listen to when they have sex.
I feel like my favorite sexual times, like in my younger years, were like, you guys remember when Sierra popped out with that? What was that track? And what was that track called?
All of her songs sound like that, just for the record.
Oh,
every single Sierra
But she has those tight jeans on, and she was on the chair, and she's like, "Come
Goodies."
No. It's a slow one. Yeah, that one. So I feel like I've had like really wonderful. Yeah, that's the one.
That's so slow.
Yeah. What do you?
I've had
to?
some Vibes Cartel moments.
I knew it.
Vibes.
She has the #1 best body on the planet to me, Sierra.
Sierra.
I love that woman. Oh my God, Sierra dusts Beyonce to bits to me. For me, best dancer in the world, and to make love to Sierra is literally one of my. I mean, I know it won't happen, but if I saw a woman that could dance like Sierra, I would do anything. So I just throw that out there because
I'm sure there are women out there who can dance like Sierra. So I'll keep an eye out, and I will send her your way if I find her.
Holler. But yes, I want to answer lots of questions because I really had a lot to share, and it's been an amazing year and an amazing month, and y'all are. I also heard you say some really interesting things I wanted to reply to. Casey, when you said. You were talking about curiosity, and Sheena, you were talking about love, and I kind of had this interesting thought, because I'm very feline, and I'm a cat, so curiosity is a thing that I deal with, and I thought curiosity is a more cerebral, mental mystery, and Sheena, when you're talking about love, I thought, speaking from knowing that you're coming from a place of love is when you're communicating, and you feel like there's nothing held back.
Yeah, there's nothing left to say.
There's not everything might come up, but if you're talking to someone that you love, you know that if they ask anything in the world, you'll say it. But if you're talking to someone you don't love...
This is the thing, though, because that's where the difference comes. For me, it's like, okay, I guess there's varying degrees of love. Like, not every woman do I feel the same way about as Casey, but every human that I'm up near, I love them. So I'm you know what I mean? I want to say all the things. If I'm in the grocery, I love all the people that I'm seeing in the grocery. And that's just the truth of the matter. You know what I mean? I'm am I still going to say that I don't want you to bruise my bananas? Hell yes. But I will say it with love.
So for me, I guess that feeling is respect. Yes, while spiritually I understand that we're all one and the same, which means I love everybody. But when I think of the word love, I'm usually I'm the type of person who likes to break things down into the micro feelings. So I'm usually using that word to indicate attraction or sort of like a familial relationship. Like it depends on what, like I like to break it down into exactly what I'm talking about every time. So from what you're saying, I'm hearing communicating with respect.
Yes, sure.
Yeah? Like as opposed to just using the word love, which has so many meanings.
Sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right, I help.
Yeah, I'm okay. I think we have to shut it down and turn it back on because of the phone call.
Malcolm?
Oh, I'm good.
See?
Are you all good?
No, whenever a phone call comes through on my phone, it silences you on that side. So I'm going to shut it down and then we're going to just hop back on, okay?
Okay, good.
Okay.
I can just stay here though? Or no, I'll rejoin.
Yeah, it'll kick you out. Hold on.
We're looking for a technical person on our team who wants to follow us around for free and make sure that our phones and devices work all the time.
That would be wonderful.
We're accepting applications for that.
Need to put
the phone on Do Not Disturb.
I feel like I've tried that. Do you see it? Oh. Wah, wah, wah.
That's a weird Frozen picture.
It is a weird Frozen picture.
I don't like it.
Well, it's not going anywhere, apparently. Come on, phone.
Yeah, let's talk about something in the meantime, guys. What else? We talked about the sex dolls. What else did I learn this week that I thought was super interesting? I had a conversation with a guy this morning who's in the cannabis industry, and I'm so fascinated by the growth of that sector. I want to have a show about that.
I would also like to have a show about that.
If you are a cannabis professional, or I could just call the guy that I was talking to this morning, join us on the show. Oh,
yeah, we should do that.
Get Malcolm. Yeah, and not from the perspective of like smoking it or not smoking it, but from the perspective of business. Like, are you a grower?
Yeah, and like, are you investing, and what does that look like for you on a regular basis?
Yeah, like, do you go to like legal dispensaries? Are you going to the gray market? That's what he said it's called, where it's like illegal
the gray market.
Dispensaries. Yeah. Or like the black, as opposed to the black market, it's the gray market.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to know more about that. Malcolm, hop back on.
Yes.
Hey, Rashane.
And I still want to talk to ASMR.
Oh, can you tell me about that? Because I didn't really look it up properly.
It's basically like, it's like an audio sensory thing where it's like, they go like this and then like touch things and it just supposed to make you feel really tingly because I'm like calming you down and like.
So is it you're actually touching people?
Well, you're touching the screen.
Oh, it's all AI stuff?
No, it's like real people on YouTube going like this. Anyways, Malcolm's back. All right, never mind. We'll talk about that later.
Yes.
Oh, there we go. Nice sound. There we go.
So what were we saying again?
Well, we had just finished the conversation around like clarifying love or respect. Like, I don't really care which word it is. I think for me, at the bottom of it, it's like, because you had mentioned like if you love a person, but I feel like everywhere I am, I want to make sure that I'm leaving like the bits of fairy dust of me that are loving to every single person. But that doesn't mean that I don't tell the truth, right? And that's what I'm saying. Yep. Like, I can remember being a kid and watching my mom is like pretty hard about some things. Like she'll, you know what I mean? If you're like, I don't know, if you sell her an avocado that's not good, my mom's like, what? You're taking this avocado back. She's very serious about that. And I remember being a kid being like, why are you so hard? Like, what's your problem? But now I realize that like what my mom was doing was telling all the way the truth. Could she have done it a little bit more gently? Sure. But she was probably pissed off about something, so who knows? But now I really do my best to be like, listen, you guys sold me some bananas that were bruised, or you bruised up my bananas, and I really don't like that. I'm going to give them back, and you're going to give me my money back. And it's really that simple. But I find if I say it like with like a loving tone, even if people are pissed off, they can only do so much. They can be like, she was rude. I was not.
Well, it's like, that's a respect thing. Like, you go to a restaurant. I know we probably all had this experience where you sit down, maybe not everyone, but you sit down with some people who are, like, really respectful at restaurants, and they're like, if there's a hair in their food, they'll be like, excuse me, there's a hair in my food. Can you please replace it? Or can I talk to a manager about this? And then you have people who are like, excuse me? This food is moderately cold, okay? I want hotter French fries and more crispy. Take it back. Like, rude people.
Oh my God, yes, I have experienced
exactly
that.
And then you're like, whoa, like, do you not know this is a human being?
I'm like, we can't be friends.
Absolutely. And And it's ridiculous. I've been a person on customer service. My first job in life was McDonald's. So I've had people treat me like shit, which is maybe that is part of the reason why I walk around and I see homeless people. I live off Queen Street, so I see homeless people every day. And I don't have money to give them every day, of course. I'm an artist and I live in Toronto, so of course I'm living check to check. But I look them in the eyes, and I can look them in the eyes with either respect or love. And Casey, like, I hear you about not having to express the depths of love all the time and everything, but I'm sure you love your husband different than the way you might love your children or your other members of the family. And that's just a given. Like, I mean, people who really live on the path of love understand that love is like a spectrum, and different people generate different levels of love in each other. But like, it's all still love, and definitely respect is a part of it. But I mean, some people just aren't ready to give that much. It's hard for them to give basic respect to humans, much less the higher levels, which are love. So, and that's just
exactly. Okay, Shirley says, and this is the thing. Shirley says the truth is a big component of love. It is the most moving action and expression anyone can do. I agree. But while we're on the topic of communication and love, you had said earlier that you and Vivian had the greatest communication this week, and I want to know, what does that look like to make a statement? Like, what does that look like in your day? I don't know. I don't even understand what it means, actually.
Good question.
Oh, for sure. And I just saw that Vivian got to join, so I just want to
Viv?
shout out to Vivian.
What up, Viv? Yeah. Oh, yeah, that is Viv. And I saw it. I was like, Viv Ty? Who's that? Sorry, Viv. Love you, girl.
That's one of the many women that I love with all my heart and soul. And Vivian, we had this moment this week where she just very courageously was like, tell me what your polyamorous life is like. Like, I was at a CBC this week talking about battle rap. I shot some porn. I did some modeling. Like, I had a pretty fun week. Like, my life is amazing. And Vivian was just like, yo, you're doing this and that and the other. It's so cool. And I was like, also seeing quite a few lovers and stuff. So she's like, let me know what your polyamory life is like. And I was like, okay. Because not every lover wants to hear everything. So, and more of them lean towards not hearing about everything, because I'm extremely sexual, and it's my job, it's my profession, it's my dream, passion, work, play, everything. So, Vivian was very courageous and able to hear it. So I was just like, okay, let me tell you about all my lovers.
In one of your lovers being unable to hear it, does that mean, like, that like brings up all these questions for me?
Yeah, like why are they
why
jealous?
Are
they like, oh, I can fathom the idea of you being with other women, but I don't want to actually picture it because that changes everything. Is it kind of like that?
Well, possibly, but everybody has. I don't think not a single person feels like they're in the same place about it and comes with the same reason why they don't want it.
Fair enough.
Some women have children, like I said. Some women are going through some breakups. Some women actually have basic jealousy. Some women are just like, I'm not interested. Some women actually only want to hear about 2 or 3, maybe.
So did it make you?
There was one that was afraid that she didn't want to hear about anybody because she thought she might know them.
Oh,
so
okay.
There's been a whole variety of reasons. There's a variety of reasons, but every single one of them knows that I have multiple partners. All of them know, because I do not fuck around with condoms. I need to be safe because I'm going to see somebody else. You are not my only partner.
Right.
There's not a woman in my life who is under the illusion that I'm her only lover.
I respect that.
Yeah, I respect that too.
But when I'm with them, I can tell you, I swear to God, Satan, any holy PD in the universe, like, I have never, ever mixed up a lover's name. Ever. I do not, because it's about living in the moment. When I'm with one lover this day, I'm not thinking about tomorrow or yesterday. I'm not. That's something that I want to teach men, and I want to really teach people, because I'm like, I don't think about, I'm living in the moment with this lover. living it to the maximum, cherishing it, and I'm not thinking about, oh, I wish I could mix this or that or the other. No.
So I definitely want to know how you do that, because so far all the men that we've talked to have sort of had this uncanny ability to be in the moment, like, and I don't hear that from the women who've been on our show that we've talked to.
Dance has never called it the wrong name either.
So is this a man thing? But that's the second question. The first question is, do you think of Vivian more highly, or like,
good question,
because she's able to really engage with your life on a deeper level and be like, okay, tell me about the other aspects of your life that maybe some of your lovers aren't able to do?
Well, there's no hierarchy. To be honest, there's only two levels to me: women that I make love with and women that I don't. That's it. So, like, a woman that I've only been with once and only been sexual with for maybe 5 minutes is in the same sacred place as a woman that I've been with 1,000 times.
See, that makes me feel ways. I feel ways.
What about sapiosexuality? What about the mind? Like, what about the women who turn on your mind in a level? Don't you?
Like me and Casey.
Yeah, like, don't they have a space?
I'm just kidding. I'm being an asshole.
No. You're both amazing women, but both of you are totally different spirits. And, like, hypothetically, if you and I, all three of us, were to share energies, it would be different relationships and different things would come up. So it's not like it's not a hierarchy thing. It's just the actuality of what manifests, because it's age, called all the millions of little things that can make separations.
And all the imaginations that we've had are like very monogamous still, because even in that, monogamy is a very hierarchical imagination, because we choose like a one.
You nailed it because monogamy puts one person above everybody else in the universe. Sexually, there's only one person and everybody else is under them, which I don't disrespect, but that's just not my way.
Fair.
So literally, I have 10 lovers, and it could be like this, but I'm like, I need all these 10 lovers. They're all different. And yes, my left thumb is different than my right thumb. And yes, my right thumb may be stronger, but take away my left thumb and I'm not a happy person. Like,
wait, but you must be forgetting, like, or not, you mean not must be forgetting, but aren't you normal people? I'm not normal people. What am I saying? Other people have these like categories. No, like it's not that bad. Other people have these categories of what they look for. They want you to be like physically attractive in the body, super smart. They want you to be like, I don't know, want you to be able to cook a hot meal, you know, and that's how they like determine who their favorite person is to hang out with. Don't you have those kind of like things that you like? Right? That's not unreasonable.
No, it's not unreasonable.
Absolutely.
And like,
absolutely, attraction for sure. Attraction matters for sure. But I also, Sheena, I come from a place of love, which is why I talk about sacred sexuality, and which is why I become a sex worker. I can literally imagine or bring my body and energy and soul to the act of service and to the act of actually. Like, even, like, there's some people that I have magical, amazing sexual chemistry with, but there's even to somebody who might be my enemy and that I don't like, if they really needed love or warmth or intimacy, like, I could do my best to try and give it to them. Take care of them, Still, like, it might not be the best experience, but it could still be, I could still respect them.
But that woman wouldn't be one of your 10, though.
No. But like, that's the thing, hypothetically, like,
I understand.
Like as an escort, I could be with somebody who's just like, it doesn't click that much. Like, our minds are the same, but I'm just like, sure. You know, at least.
Does the same apply to like your friendships in your life? Like friendships that like with men, like do you have male friends? And if
yes, I do. I have male friends, but I don't have many male friends around the area of love and sex, because there's not many men in the world that have these values that I have.
That's true. And you know, right now on Facebook, it's all guys, and no one's really saying anything. So I'm actually really curious to know. Like, Chetty, welcome. And he doesn't have a lot of male friends, he'd said. Kurt says, interesting topic. Like, I'm curious to know, because for me, in my imagination, I'm thinking, okay, when I like okay, in the times that I've had multiple lovers, it's not been as like, okay, I want to say it's not been as forthright, but it's not been not forthright also. Do you know what I mean? But also, yeah, like it's not been like, hey, guess what? But it's also like, no, 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 I'm not telling you anything. It's just been like, okay. But there's been layered, like it has definitely been hierarchical in my mind. So, but that's still, I'm still coming at it from a very monogamous imagination and like, oh, is this person someone that I would like consider having in my life more? But when it comes to like female friendships, there are definitely hierarchies.
No, I think there's hierarchies in
for
relationship.
Me, but is that just because we have very monogamous imaginations?
Okay, I want to just separate. This is what I want to get to the core of. Like, okay, sure, we are monogamously trained to think like that.
Okay.
That there's like a one person that has more value than others. But is there any other like, I guess, any other like credence? Is there any other like thing that's important about that in a friendship, and that why we do it? Any other explanations for why we might do this?
Oh, like instead of it just being that we were trained to do it.
Exactly.
Oh.
Yeah, because the way in which you're saying, like, if you might be doing porn and then you have to have sex with multiple women. You still, what it sounds like you're saying is, you still go all the way into that experience with whoever you're sleeping with, and make it enjoyable for both of you.
Yes.
But outside of
with every single human being.
With every single human being, and that's how you look at it. But I'm sure when it comes to like, you know, your car breaks down, or you know, you lose your house keys, you're not calling anybody. You're calling the people who place that like that higher.
Yeah, your car breaks down. Who are you calling?
I can honestly tell you, I've had some of my closest friends disappear on me in times of crisis. In some of the crises that I've dealt with, like I've had my close family abandon me in times of crisis with my twin brother who is struggling with schizophrenia, and I've had absolute strangers in the world reach out and say, I have a friend who deals with schizophrenia too, so I'll help you. And so I in my crises in life, there's been no correlation between the levels of time or space that I've shared with somebody. I've been helped by strangers, and I've been helped by best.
Fair enough.
I've been abandoned by my mother, and I've been saved by my mother. Some of my lovers have done things to me that my closest homies and my hip-hop homies would not show up for emotionally, intellectually, or economically. And I've had women that fuck me all day be like, yo, here's some money for you. And I'm like, yo, you're my lover, and my lovers have been like, I got you better than my dudes have. So I'm on a whole other paradigm. Like I don't, and this is just my experience.
Of course. We can only speak to our own.
That's just definitely my reality. Some of my lovers have been actually my best friends as well.
Yeah.
So it's like I do not like have like the women in my life just as sex partners.
Sure. It doesn't seem like you do.
Yeah, no.
It doesn't feel like that at all. No.
Yeah. Okay. I can. Yeah.
I just like, you know, and I don't know if you'd heard this earlier, but like I've been thinking about this a lot. You know, like is this something that I'm open to or thinking about? And it's funny because I kind of like I had asked my kids like, what would it look like if I had like if you guys always met lots of different men that were in my life? Because I want to have these conversations with my children because I just don't want it to seem like, you know, there's all these things that they watch on TV and people are always like, oh, the single mom that brings home all these guys and it's always so terrible. And I don't know that it has to always be so terrible. My kids don't see any men because I don't bring any men home because I'm celibate. But I'm curious to know, is this actually detrimental if these men are kind and loving? And I was like, so I said, like, what does it look like, guys? If I had lots of boyfriends, how do you think you'd feel? And my son was like, well, he's like, you know, Mom, I think that you're a really pretty lady and I think you could have lots of boyfriends, but I don't know that you need to have lots of boyfriends. And I was like, wow. Okay, I'll take that in. And I'm like, I don't think that I need that also. And clearly we still come from a very monogamous paradigm, right? My kids are growing in that also, so they're not entirely open to it. But I was like, well, are you curious about it? He's like, not really. And he says very often, my son is 10, that he wants to have a wife, but he doesn't want to have children. He says this very often. So we'll see if he changes his mind. We'll see. I hope he does, but it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. But for me, I'm really. Melissa's saying your makeup's great. She loves my eyebrows, but you just added it in, so they need to be done. It's all good though.
Thank you. Jansen said it doesn't fit some people's personalities to juggle multiple people.
I think that it wouldn't, and I think that as much as I'm curious about it, I don't want to do it, but I don't think that it's bad or wrong. I think that it's beautiful if people are doing beautiful things, and I'm open to the fact that everybody can be in loving relationships, but I don't think it's for me.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Casey, do you want to say?
Well, I feel I clearly have made an obvious choice as to what kind of relationship I want to be in, monogamously. However, I definitely can see a world where the other side of me, the other version of me, if I place more higher priority on other things that I do love to do, traveling and experiencing people, if I had placed more of a priority on making sure.
But you can still do all of that. But you're talking about the sex end of it.
Fully experiencing people,
Let's just talk the tapes.
I place it
to biblically know them.
I'm a logical person, right? So in my book, raising a family in that monogamous unit, that family, the mom, dad, and the kids unit was more important to me. I ranked it higher than me being able to travel the world and have multiple partners and go and just have that experience, which I think would also be awesome for me because I would enjoy that. But I'm happy either way.
And that's all. I'm so glad you said that right there. That's the most important thing. Being happy. There's 1,000 theories and ideas and children and career and before menopause and all this stuff and all this shit people got to think about. But at the end of the day, it just matters. Are you happy or not? Period. Are you happy monogamous? Are you happy with multiple partners?
Yes.
Are you happy in whatever situation you choose? I know that I go to sleep every night knowing that I'm happy as fuck. I had a mother who she got divorced 2 or 3 times and had a non-traditional thing. So that's one of the reasons why that I was raised without seeing a monogamous structure. And I'm I'm also an artist and a musician. So I'm no, I like an untraditional love style.
Yeah.
And I turned 35, and I decided I wanted to become a professional sex educator and sex provider for women and people. That makes me so happy. And I would not force this on any other man. I don't invite any other man to try to have 10 lovers at all, unless he can be honest to 10 women at once.
Yeah. And that will be, he would have to really train his paradigms to think differently. Hold on, there's been a few comments. Danson says, me personally, I have had one person and juggled 5 women, but wouldn't place my past. Maybe replace? Change? Relationships, wouldn't place my past relationships on future ones. Oh, interesting. I actually think, I don't want to, but I wonder if I do. And I will see.
I don't know what that means. I need more information.
Wait, are you frozen here? Oh, you're not frozen. Okay. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. Because lately, so we had this conversation around loneliness at some point, maybe a month ago. And I've just realized lately that I've been feeling lonely. Not in that maybe not, let me not say what it's not. Let me say what it is. So it's been I want to be touched. I want to be held. I want to be called. I want to be Sheen, what's up? How are you doing? And I don't want it to be from a woman or my friends. I want it to be from a guy that's interested in me. At the same time that I'm saying that, I'm really mostly aware that I am celibate for this reason, because this is where I like to crave attention. And so my loneliness, I'm going to conflate this with craving. And I want to be able to fill myself up in those moments so that when it does come up again, that I can be yo, I know how to fill me up. And so I don't need you to fill me up, but wow, that's taking a whole bunch of levels. But You got it. All right. I don't need you to necessarily fill me up, but I do. Oh God, I can't fix it now. Hold on, Mona Lisa.
No, it's okay.
I'm with you emotionally, Sheena. I'm with you, and I'm with you. I know.
Thanks. I was like, now I can't unsee this. We talked about it yesterday? We did.
Oh, with Liel.
Oh, we did talk about it yesterday. And just like now, I'm like just trying to do it on purpose, right? So instead of like thinking about like, oh man, like I would really love to have that phone call. I would really love that. Or like, I don't know, does anyone else do this when you're driving and like there's like some empty space where you don't have to be doing anything? I like want to call somebody.
I always put on a podcast. So
oh,
I
right.
always do that.
You don't make a phone. I'm like, who can I call? Is there somebody that I can call and fill the space with? And now I'm just like, okay, how do I fill? Because like I listen to lots of music, like, you know, and the space is never wanting to be filled with girlfriends. Mm-hmm.
No offense taken.
I know exactly. I have one of the most powerful. I don't have a hierarchy, but with one of the most powerful lovers I've ever touched in this world, a heavenly goddess that I love with all my energy and essence. Ooh. This woman actually came into my life about 2 years ago because she was in a place where she was like, I'm needing intimacy. I'm needing touch. I'm very successful. I have a lot of other things going well in my life except relationships. And she came to me and she confessed this. And the chemistry that we discovered, that we had together, I can't words.
What happened? What happened with her then?
Magic. Pardon me?
What happened to her with her, your relationship?
No, we're still together. It's great. It's phenomenal, passionate, amazing lovemaking and communication.
And she's not jealous of other women.
No, she's not. No, she's not. She doesn't. We don't talk about other women too much, but it's just because it's a pretty complicated situation. Mm-hmm. But yeah, we don't have that much time that we get to share because she's pretty busy.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, she's not one of. She's pretty comfortable with hearing about things. But yeah, no, it's phenomenal. But I understand where you're coming from. It's a human thing to want intimacy.
Yeah.
Some people want it more than others, like to want touch, to want like it's the reciprocal energy of having a question.
That's the word, the reciprocal energy. Because like I can pay my body toucher to like tickle me and scratch my back and massage me, but that's not the same as like having someone that like, oh, I can't wait to touch your body.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that honestly, that's why I got into my work, because I want a woman like you to be able to say that in this society and find somewhere to receive it.
Yeah.
Straight up. I like one of the only escort sex work clients was a beautiful woman that lived in Mississauga. She was a black woman. She looked like a Ghanaian version of Little Kim. She's very beautiful, voluptuous, had lots of money, but she broke up with her husband. She was like, I haven't had love or intimacy in 7 years. It hasn't been good. I'm paying you.
I'm scared.
Just drove over to Mississauga. We had an amazing first time. 45 minutes I spent mostly just emotionally comforting her, talking to her, dealing with her. 15 minutes of it was sexual and intimacy, and it took her 5 minutes to have an amazing orgasm because she hadn't been touched in so long. So it was literally just 1 hour. She just paid for it, and she was like, thank you so much for this. And it was an amazing experience.
Wow.
I want to ask, like, I know that you are deliberately, like, holding back, like, sexual intimacy for a reason. But why I guess I can't really ask this because other people aren't here, but, like, why deprive yourself of intimacy? You know, like, for that woman, successful, divorce, like, is it just, I guess she may not have been ready to, like, you know, date or invite like a stranger into her world.
No, but it's like right now I'm like, I don't even know where I would find a guy to do that.
Malcolm's right there.
Well, yeah, but you know what I'm saying? Like other than, well, we have this platform, but like in all honesty, like I go places all the time. I don't find men hit on me as much as they used to. And if they do, like, I don't know what the thing is now, but men don't really hit on me unless they're gross and they come in the DMs on some stupid shit.
Like quality men don't hit on.
Yeah, someone that I would be interested in, like, actually taking it to a different level. So I'm just like, okay, well,
I hope you guys are taking notes. Men, take notes.
I'm a pretty bold woman. I'll hit on a man if I find him attractive. But right now, I'm like, okay, let me find a way to, like, entertain myself so that I don't need to feel a ways if a man's not hitting on me or not interested in me. And
you
I still
haven't.
I might. Is there men ones too?
There's men ones.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Why wait on a man to hit on you? You know what your needs are. Well, this is what I'm saying. I do know what my needs are, and I like, and I don't know. Like, so this is breaching on like another paradigm, right? Of like feeling like what is femininity and masculinity, and there are times when I just like feel like I want to. This is so problematic of a statement, but I'm going to say it. I just want a man to be a man. And be like, listen, woman, I'm interested in you. Let's have this conversation. But I don't find that happening. Sheena, you've already physically blocked men from interesting in you. You need to open up sexually.
Oh.
I don't agree with you.
Wow.
I don't agree with you. I'm celibate for a reason, but I don't agree with you on that level. But tell me more. What did she say?
She also said, I love one man who reminds me of me. I love all women. Monogamy is your definition of it, as long as you are joyful. Interesting. I don't know.
Well, I love, Sheena, you're in an honest place, and it's so beautiful. I think about, because I'm pretty much the opposite of, I have stunning amounts of sex, and sometimes I think I might have more sex in a week than some men have had in literally a decade.
Probably.
I know some, like, I might have been with, like, I might have sex 20, 25 times in a week sometimes. And, like, I know there's some men who really haven't had that in 5 years.
No.
That's a lot of sex, bro.
Yeah, no, I love it. It's my work. It's my joy. It's like, it's everything to me. And, like, I want to even take it to higher levels, but I mean, it's just about health and happiness. And and I mean, I think about, like, well, would the celibacy, what would that do for me? And like, I don't know. Like, it would make me make more music and do more writing and stuff, I guess.
See, the thing is that I was like, at first I was like, that's stupid. Why would I ever do that? But I've never not done it. Do you know what I mean? I've never taken a break from sex and relationships with men. I've never done that before. And I'm like, what if I just do it on purpose? I've done it on purpose with not eating meat. I've done it on purpose with not eating gluten. I've done it on purpose with not eating sugar. I've done it on purpose with, like, not watching certain things. And I was like, I just need to see what this can do for me. And I have a long life. So I might as well just give it a try. 1 year of, like, who will Sheena be when she does this? Because Sheena changed when she stopped eating certain things. She changed when she started pissing off old paradigms. So I just want to see what this all looks like for me.
I think that's totally fair. I was celibate for like 6 months, and I was like super lonely at home, thinking like, I'm so boring by myself. I don't even know what to do. But I had to look at that, obviously.
Right, because this is the thing.
Yeah.
It's going to take you to a place that sucks inside. And this is the thing, is that, like, that's where the leveling up happens, when it looks hideous, and I'm like, oh no, I'm undesirable, I'm unlovable. Oh, let me look. Oh, that's something to look up. Oh, I am desirable. Oh, I desire myself. Oh, I'm lovable. I love myself. I wake up every morning. I say I'm so grateful and happy now that I am absolutely in love with myself, and I think I'm the most beautiful woman in the world, and I'm the prettiest woman in the world, and I say this to myself every morning, even when I wake up to go pee at 6 a.m. Damn it. You know that one where it's like you still have 20 minutes left to sleep? But anyways, I still say those things all the time. Hold on. Mona Lisa says celibacy is your definition of it. In your meditation, invite the kind of energy you plan on having. It's sex, love, another thing. Energy is energy. You attract what you are. Okay.
Okay.
Interesting.
There's a bit of truth in that.
Yep.
But I mean, I definitely think that I wanted to. You raised a few things I wanted to definitely touch on. When you said why are people raised to think monogamously, like it's a capitalist. A religious idea where it's like one God, one woman, one wife, one
definitely.
boss, one thing above all, and it's just like, that was not that's a Western way, like that's a European way, but in Africa and other cultures and stuff, there was multi gods, multi creatures. Like nature had the god of the air and the god of the water and the god of the sea and whatever, and now it's just a singular god that runs over everything. So it's like when you apply that to sexuality, it just I think it limits nature. I think
that's so interesting.
I think people naturally are actually attracted to multiple people, and that people have to generally force themselves not to be attracted to others just because of society. It's just the shaming, the constant shaming. If people,
that's
people
the thing.
It's not just the shaming.
But it is, though.
I mean, shaming is part of it, but it's about like the structures. Like you said, we have embedded these monogamous structures into our society, so it's like it's hard to like fight uphill to have these kind of conversations to start with, then to have more loving structures, especially as a woman, like and as raising kids. Like I said, all of this sounds good to me until I get pregnant, and I'm like, all right, none of us we were all like loving together. None of us know who the actual father is. All of us fathers, all of you fathers are gonna just step up and take care of this child in a community. And that's where it gets kind of muddy, in my view.
In a community of love, in other things that wasn't slavery and capitalism poisoned and slavery tainted and all that shit, they would have multiple lovers and wives and mothers and stuff, and women would get pregnant, and the fathers and mothers would step up and be like, we both want to take care of the children that are produced in these love commune relationships. There were societies like that, and there are other places in the world. I've got tons of books here of like some Polynesian tribe or something where like they all get together, and like there's tons of other ways and structures that families and mothers and fathers and grandfathers and aunts and uncles can come together and actually have family structures that aren't one man, one woman, one child, or there's so many other possibilities.
No, you're right. It can be created. It can, and you're right. There are people who are creating utopias and like communes and living there and creating their own spaces, and I think that is a total reality and choice to be made. I just feel like it takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of
I respect that. I respect that you live the life that you want to live. I'm really, really happy to know that we've attracted someone in our world that is open to living the way that they want to live.
Yeah.
And that's really, really special.
But I think everybody should be doing that in whatever it is that they're most passionate about.
The thing, whatever the thing is.
Yes.
Just like, and that's what we were talking about, like talking all the way the things, like being all the way 100 with what you want to be doing.
Yes, okay.
Yes. And that's what I'm saying. It's like, if you're living that life already, like Mona Lisa lives that life. She lives the life that she wants to live. You live the life that you want to live. It's so wonderful to me that I'm like, okay, you know what? If everybody's doing what they actually want to be doing, why can't I? I can live the life that I want to live. And part of that life right now is like actually just trying out things I've never tried before.
But that actually scares me, actually saying that. Because I don't know if I live all the way the life that I want to live. I live...
You know what? Casey, you would be in heaven if you did that. If you lost all your fears... If you lost all your fears and lived all your dreams, you would be in heaven right now.
I don't know if I can. That's the truth.
What? Okay, hold on. Isaiah says something. Hold on. Isaiah says, sorry, Dan said. Isaiah says, I think what Casey is saying, come on, IG, help me out here, is that our North American structure isn't based in that way. There are benefits to monogamy on a governmental level, unfortunately. Yes. Yeah, for sure. And like, if you're like, if I took my kids to school and there was like the possibility of having a whole bunch of dads, it would be tricky for them because that's not the case for all the kids there, right? So I can see how like, absolutely, like, and I think we're like, but it doesn't mean that we can't expand the thought of it all, right?
No, of course. I mean, you can always expand the thought of it all.
Yeah, like it's important that you're living this life and that like at some point it will be like more normalized the same way that like now like it's not a thing to see like homosexuality on the TV screen, where when we were kids, that was a thing. You did not see interracial marriages or dating or relationships. You did not see homosexuality. That was not normalized. Now, my kids are like, whatever, that guy's gay. It's not a big deal. Like, what's your thing? Oh, whatever, that, not a thing. And I'm so grateful that finally we're at a point where, like, people are like, chill out. Like, why are we, like, I'm freaking out. No, chill the fuck out.
And I finally heard, like, a dope, like a lesbian R&B song. Did you hear it? It's so good. I don't know. It was like a girl. She's singing about her, like, lesbian lover. And I was like, oh, this is a dope song. It sounds dope.
I'm sure most R&B music we heard is, like, for same-sex lovers.
Other than, like, when Nicki Minaj first came out, there wasn't nobody really
like verbally saying it.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Like when Frank Ocean talks about him and like
Ocean,
that's what I'm saying. Frank Ocean is a perfect example.
Like,
yeah, you're right.
I'm like, Frank Ocean never sings to girls, and I'm like, this is big. This is really big to have a black man talk about that boy's got his eyes on me. So I'm like, and it's just, this is just the first generation, because it's like,
Honey by Kalani.
Yes, Honey by Kalani. Thank you
Tell
so
Brandon.
much.
Brandon says Honey by Kalani. And actually, you know what? Frosty Row's on the show. Sorry, I know he'll probably weigh in on this because I don't think he agrees on this level to like have these things be open and talked about. And so
I just wanted to say, Sheena, like we're getting to we are breaking down, we're pissing off old paradigms and breaking down certain shit. But one of the ones that we still haven't, and that's always been there from the beginning of time, that we still have to destroy, is if you wanted to have multiple lovers. Like if a woman wanted to actually have the thing that men have, literally, be like if a woman doesn't want to be monogamous, be like, you know what? I want a different lover every Friday night for all my entire summer. And I don't care if everybody knows. Because I'm a grown woman and I'm safe and I own my body.
Yes.
And I pay my bills and I do what the fuck I want and I don't care. And I shouldn't even have to have a conversation. You shouldn't even open your mouth to say anything to me except to say, congratulations, I hope you're happy. Period. Like, other women, society, jobs, husbands, boyfriends, nobody should be fucking shaming women for that shit.
Yeah.
And that's the
or men,
that's the old,
as long as they're being honest.
To break down, like everyone's used to all this other shit, but as soon as a woman wants to like have two lovers, they're like, oh no, we can't have that, but we can have gays and lesbians and trans and all, but she can't fuck two guys at once. She's a slut. Fuck off, man.
People still say that. They don't still say that.
People still slut shame women all the time.
That's so weird. I think I don't have those people in my world. Women being playing the man's role since the 80s. What does that mean? What are you saying?
But then that has a bias in it, because then you're saying it's the man's role to...
Yeah, like I want to know what that really, really means. But Mona Lisa says, okay, we missed lots. I'm a big fan of being open. I desire sexual energy, but I love monogamy. I love everything. Women are great lovers. Sexual energy is dope.
That's what the hippie movement was about, he said.
Like, by hippie movement, do you mean like being open to like levels of sexuality? Like, is that what you're saying, Frosty Raw? Like, I just think that, yeah, like, I mean, I was raised by hippies, so that will... like make sense why I'm like not afraid of all these things, because my parents were like, yeah, like just like enjoy, find out about what makes you happy, what brings you joy. It's important for you to find out and stay safe. You just need to do those two things. And I remember thinking, because I had decidedly become a Christian when I was like, I don't know, like 13 years old. And my parents were like, but we want you to live the life that you want to live. So try it out. Do whatever you got to do. You're just not allowed to get baptized, but you can do whatever, like try out all of it. So when I turned 16, I think I've told this story before. When I turned 16, I was like, I want a purity ring because I'm going to wait until I'm married to have sex. And my parents were like, oh my gosh, this is insane. Hippie movement did...
please finish that story.
So then my parents decided, they went out and they got me this gold ring with a diamond, and it was like everything that I wanted. I was so excited. And then when they presented it to me, they said, look, this is a purity ring because we know that your soul is pure. not about you having sex. And we need you to remember that. This is not about sex for us. This is not about sex for you. This is about your soul. You're a pure soul and you always will be. And I was like, what is wrong with you guys? Why are you doing this? But they were right, because when the time came, was that? No,
they were so right.
They were so right. Oh, we're out of time. We gotta go. We're almost done. Thanks so much.
Okay.
We gotta go.
Yeah, we're done. we gotta go. We gotta go.
We gotta go. We love you guys so much.
We gotta do this again sometime.
We do.
Yes,
We'll be
so
calling you.
much.
Side note, I think religion should not be pushed onto kids. Agreed. Only adults should make religion a choice.
Yeah.
I agree, and that's why my parents just let me do what I needed to do. So, okay.
I had things to say, but
We'll talk again.
Bye, people.
Bye.
Peace, love.
Oh. Yeah, come on in.